There are moments when the greatest battle in your life is not happening around you. It is happening inside you. You may be sitting in a quiet room. Nothing is attacking you. Nothing is chasing you. Nothing is physically stopping you. And yet your mind is fighting a war. A thought appears, what if I fail? Then another, what if I am not good enough? Then another, why did I make that mistake? Why did they treat me this way? What if everything goes wrong? One thought becomes 10, 10 thoughts become 100. And suddenly, something that began as a small shadow inside your mind becomes a storm. This is the power of negative thinking. But understand something very important. A thought is not the same as the truth. Just because your mind produces a thought does not mean you must believe it. Just because fear speaks does not mean fear is correct. Just because doubt appears does not mean you must obey it. The mind produces thoughts in the same way the sky produces clouds. Some are light, some are dark, some disappear quickly, some remain for longer. But the sky does not become the cloud, and you do not become every thought that passes through your mind. This is where your freedom begins, the moment you stop saying, I am afraid, and begin saying, fear is present. The moment you stop saying, I am a failure, and begin saying, I am having a thought about failure. There is distance, there is space, and inside that space, there is choice. Many people suffer because they fight every negative thought. They tell themselves, I shouldn't think this. I must stop thinking negatively. Why can't I control my mind? But the more aggressively you fight a thought, the more attention you give it. And whatever receives your attention receives energy. Imagine standing beside a river. Leaves are floating on the surface. Would you jump into the water and fight every leaf? No, you would watch them pass. Treat your thoughts the same way. Observe them. Do not immediately chase them. Do not immediately judge them. Do not immediately build a story around them. Simply notice. There is fear. There is anger. There is jealousy. There is doubt. And then breathe. You are not trying to destroy the thought. You are training yourself not to become its servant. This is mental discipline. A disciplined mind does not mean a mind that never experiences negativity. It means a mind that can experience negativity without automatically surrendering to it. There will always be difficult thoughts. Even strong people doubt themselves. Even disciplined people become afraid. Even peaceful people experience anger. Strength does not mean you never feel these things. Strength means these things do not control your next action. You may feel fear and still move forward. You may feel doubt and still begin. You may feel anger and still remain quiet. You may feel disappointment and still continue. That is mastery, not the absence of emotion, but the ability to choose your behavior while emotion is present. Ask yourself, where do most negative thoughts come from? Often they come from the past. You remember something you said, something you should have done, something someone did to you, a failure, a rejection, an embarrassment, and your mind keeps returning to it, again and again and again. But tell me, how many times must you suffer from something that happened only once? The event happened in the past, yet every time you replay it, you bring the pain into the present. You cannot change yesterday, but you can stop giving yesterday unlimited access to today. Learn from the past, respect the lesson, then release the punishment. There is a difference between remembering and carrying. Remembering gives you wisdom, carrying gives you weight. If you made a mistake, correct what can be corrected. Apologize where an apology is needed. Learn what must be learned, then continue walking. You are allowed to become wiser than the person who made that mistake. Do not build your identity around your worst moment. A single failure is an event. It is not a definition. A rejection is an event. It is not your value. A painful chapter is part of your story. It is not the entire book. Sometimes negative thinking does not come from the past. It comes from the future. The mind begins creating situations that have not happened. What if I lose everything? What if they reject me? What if I embarrass myself? What if I cannot handle what comes next? Notice what is happening. You are suffering from an imaginary future while standing safely in the present. This does not mean you should ignore real risks. Prepare, plan, think carefully. But preparation is different from worry. Preparation asks, what can I do? Worry asks, what terrible thing might happen? Preparation creates action. Worry creates paralysis. When your mind enters the future, bring it back. Ask yourself, what is actually happening right now? Not tomorrow, not next month, not next year, right now. Maybe right now you are simply sitting, breathing, listening, existing. And in this moment, you are okay. Your mind may be somewhere else. Bring it home. Your breath is always waiting for you. Breathe in slowly. Hold. Breathe out. Again. Breathe in. And breathe out. Notice how the mind begins to slow down when the body slows down. This is because your body and your mind are not separate enemies. They influence one another. When your breathing becomes shallow, the mind becomes restless. When your body is constantly overstimulated, the mind becomes noisy. When you sleep poorly, consume endless information, compare yourself constantly, and give your attention to everything around you, you should not be surprised when your thoughts become chaotic. Mental peace requires boundaries. You cannot feed your mind noise all day and demand silence at night. Protect what enters your mind. Be careful what you watch. Be careful what you repeatedly listen to. Be careful whose opinions you allow to live inside your head. Some people carry criticism for years because one person once told them, "You can't do it." Think about that. A sentence spoken in 5 seconds can remain inside someone's mind for 20 years, only because they continue repeating it. Someone else's opinion became their inner voice. Do not allow this. Ask, whose voice is this? When your mind says, you're not capable, ask, who taught me to believe that? When it says, everyone is judging you, ask, is this reality or is this fear? When it says, you always fail, ask always, is that actually true? Challenge your thoughts. Do not worship them. The mind often speaks in extremes. Everything is ruined. Nobody understands me. I will never change. Everyone is better than me. Look carefully. Is everything truly ruined? Does nobody understand you? Will you truly never change? Is everyone actually better than you? Or is your emotional state exaggerating reality? A thought can feel true without being true. This is why awareness is so powerful. Awareness places a light between you and your reaction. And once there is light, you begin seeing things clearly. You begin realizing that some thoughts are not instructions. They are habits. Perhaps you have repeated the same negative thought so many times that it now appears automatically. I can't do this. I'm unlucky. Nothing works for me. I'm not confident. Every repetition strengthens the pathway. Eventually, your mind does not need evidence. It simply repeats what it has practiced. Then practice something different. Not fake positivity, not pretending everything is perfect, but stronger, more truthful thinking. Instead of, I can't do this, say, I don't know how to do this yet. Instead of, everything is going wrong, say, some things are difficult right now, but I can handle the next step. Instead of, I am weak, say, I am training. Instead of, I will never change, say, change is difficult, but every repetition is shaping me. Your language becomes your direction. Choose it carefully. But words alone are not enough. Negative thinking becomes strongest when you remain still for too long. If your mind is telling you that you cannot move forward, Sometimes the answer is not another hour of thinking. Sometimes the answer is action. Clean your room, take the walk, shift the message, begin the workout, open the book, complete the first 5 minutes of the task. Do something. Action interrupts rumination. You do not need to solve your entire life tonight. You need to take the next correct step. This is how mountains are climbed. Not through one giant movement, through step after step after step. The negative mind wants certainty before action. It says, show me that I will succeed, then I will begin. But life does not work this way. You begin before certainty. You train before confidence. You walk before you know exactly where the road will lead. Confidence is often the result of action, not the requirement for it. Remember this. You do not need to feel ready to behave courageously. You do not need to feel motivated to behave with discipline. You do not need to feel positive before you take a positive action. Sometimes your feelings must follow your behavior. A warrior does not train only when the weather is perfect. Discipline develops precisely because conditions are imperfect. The same is true inside your mind. Anyone can feel peaceful when life gives them everything they want. But can you remain centered when someone misunderstands you? Can you remain calm when plans collapse? Can you remain disciplined when motivation disappears? Can you remain kind when anger appears? Can you remain focused while doubt whispers? That is the training. Your difficulties are not interruptions to your practice. They are the practice. Every difficult thought gives you another opportunity to choose awareness instead of reaction. Every moment of anger gives you an opportunity to practice restraint. Every moment of fear gives you an opportunity to practice courage. Every moment of self-doubt gives you an opportunity to act without waiting for confidence. And slowly, your relationship with your mind changes. You stop believing every thought. You stop reacting to every emotion. You stop needing every problem to disappear before you can feel peaceful. You understand that peace is not a world without storms. Peace is learning how to stand steady while the storm moves around you. Some days will still be difficult. There will be mornings when your mind feels heavy. There will be nights when old thoughts return. Do not judge yourself. Simply return to your practice. Observe, breathe. Question the thought. Return to the present. Choose the next useful action. Again and again and again. This is how the mind is trained, not in one dramatic moment, through repetition. If you lose focus 100 times and return 100 times, you have not failed 100 times. You have practiced returning 100 times. Understand the difference. Every return strengthens you. You are teaching your mind. I decide where my attention goes, and attention is one of the most valuable things you possess. Where attention goes, your life follows. Give your attention constantly to what you fear, and fear grows. Give your attention constantly to what others think, and their opinions control you. Give your attention constantly to your mistakes, and your past controls you. But give your attention to your work, your health, your character, your discipline, your family, your purpose, your growth, your peace. And slowly, your life begins moving in that direction. So when the negative voice returns tomorrow, do not panic, do not hate it, do not fight it, look at it, listen carefully, and ask, are you truth or are you simply a thought? Then breathe, stand up, and continue, because your mind may create fear, but you choose whether fear becomes your master. Your mind may create doubt, but you choose whether doubt stops your movement. Your mind may remember the past, but you choose whether the past controls your future. The strongest person is not the person who never experiences darkness. It is the person who learns how to walk through darkness without forgetting where they are going. So, train your mind. Guard your attention. Question your thoughts. Control your reactions. Take action even when confidence is absent. Return to the present whenever the mind begins wandering into fear. And remember, you are not every thought you think. You are not every thought you think. You are the one who notices the thought. You are the one who chooses the response. You are the one who decides the next step. The thought may arrive without your permission, but whether you feed it, whether you follow it, whether you build your life around it, that choice belongs to you. Do not spend your life trying to create a mind that never becomes negative. Go create a mind strong enough that negativity cannot comment it. Let the thought come. Let the thought pass. Remain still inside. Remain disciplined. Remain awake. And keep walking. Because the moment you stop allowing every thought to control your life, you become free.